Yo, what is up, everyone? I hope you all are doing well. My name is Ishaan, and welcome to the video. Today, I want to travel back in time 10 years to be exact and speak to my 14-year-old younger self who was just starting out high school in New York City. I went to a public high school in New York City when I had just moved to the country like less than a year ago, dude. Me and my family immigrated from New Delhi to New York City in 2013, Halloween Day actually, and then I started high school the following year in 2014, which was a very fucking interesting time, and we're gonna head into that. The reason I'm making this video today is specifically because a few days ago I visited my high school after like 5 years, and it was absolutely insane. Excuse me. My bad. I just had some water, man. Had to burp and shit. But one of my friends from high school, actually, he's a teacher at the same high school now. So I was like, yo, let me go visit. Let me see what's up. Catch up with him, and also see some of my old teachers. And one of the main, I'll get into this in the video. But yeah, so that's the reason. I visited high school. It brought up a lot of old memories, but then I started thinking, yo, I've come so far since then. Like, what if I were to travel back in time and meet my younger self? Like, what would I tell that guy? Like, I make a lot of stuff for my future self, but I think I also have to think about making stuff for my past self, because it's just something that other people are likely going through too, very even more so differently than I am, because social media was like just popping off when I started high school. So bullying or cyberbullying was like not that prevalent, versus now I can't even imagine, bro. No, things are crazy. Things are pretty crazy back then too. Motherfuckers were leaking each other's nudes and shit. I forgot. But I went to yo. So I went to a public high school in New York City called Bryant, and it was low key. Like, the school was a mix of it. It had a lot of immigrants, had a lot of other. It was a mix. It was a fucking mix. Like, but it was ghetto as fuck at times, and like there were fights all the time. Motherfuckers would bring knives and shit. You could smell the weed in the hallway sometimes. Like, it was a typical New York City public school. Like, it was great. It was an absolutely great experience overall, because you just get the holisticness of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to, if you're on your shit, like I was academically always on my shit, because I knew that the only way I could afford college was through a good scholarship. So like I tried to stay on, but then at the same time I was chasing social validation. So I would try to hang out with popular people, or like try to do things that other people would perceive as being cool, and so I got a holistic experience overall. And like, to be honest, like, I don't think I would change anything in hindsight, because it really made me into the person I am today, and to the man that I am today. And if anything were to change, the butterfly effect is going to kick in, and like it could really just take me to different directions. So this is more of a conversation of visiting my younger self and like just giving him reassurance and love, versus going back to tell him to do things differently, because that's two separate things, right? So let's fucking start, yo. I visited my high school, and one of the classes that I sat in was the AP chemistry class, and the reason for that was because I learned chemistry in high school. Like, that's where I started. And the reason that this is important is because 10 years later, like, I'm doing chemistry in grad school. Like, I do thermochemistry modeling for other planets and moons. Like, what? Bro, like, I would have never imagined that when I first started learning chemistry. And the teacher that taught me chemistry and AP Chem is still teaching. So shout out to Mr. Abrahamov at Brian, dude. This guy is great. And sitting in that classroom, dude, I sat in there for like 30 minutes. I wrote this down, and I was taken aback, yo. The class is like exactly the same that it was then. And he's teaching thermochemistry in this unit. Like, what are the fucking chances? Like, what are the fucking chances that the day or the time period that I show up, they're doing thermochem, which is my bread and butter basically now. Insane, dude. But let's talk about this journey real quick. I started in chemistry, AP Chem, then I took AP Physics, and oh, actually no, I started with chemistry and regular chemistry and physics, And then I took AP Physics first because I was like, oh, I'm more interested in that. And then the following year, I took AP Chem because I was like, I need to fill up my schedule. Also, chemistry's fun for me. Like, I enjoy it. I know, nerd, right? Anyways, so we graduated from high school. I was like in the top 0.1% of my class, honestly. But that was like without majors. Like, I wasn't trying to be one or two or be in the top. I think my goal was to have fun in school, make make good memories, and then also be working enough to develop my academic and leadership skills so I could secure a good scholarship to college. Like those were the things in my mind at the time. But also like, oh, I'm not gonna get into the other part. But here are the main things that I would tell my 14-year-old self. And I recorded this video outside of my school, but the reason I had to re-record it was because the voice got messed up because it was windy as fuck, and I'm walking back to the train station, the lighting is getting messed up, the voice is getting messed up, and I'm just like, yo, I was spitting straight facts though, so luckily I wrote that shit down and I'm gonna mention the same things. And then I went to another spot and I sat down and I recorded the same video again. The same thing happened, dude. The noise was just too much that you couldn't even hear what I was saying. And even though I had a fucking mic and everything. That's how loud it is in New York City and Queens, dude. And other places in New York. But anyways, here's what I would tell my 14-year-old self. Don't try to silence that shit for the sake of others. And when I say that shit, I'm referring to this inner calling, that inner voice within me that kept telling me like, yo, there's something more to life than what you have right now, and I need you to like tune into that. And I kept ignoring it because I wanted to fit in with others. And this goes back to my immigrant experience overall because, you know, I left one comfortable place, and then as a kid, and I moved to this new country where I need to adapt and I need to like make friends and like be friends with the kids around me. And it came at that cost of shutting some of my own shit down internally so I could fit in with other people. And this is one of the biggest things I would tell my younger self is keep listening to it and keep letting it guide you. Like over time I did start listening to it, but I'm just saying I would tell like keep listening to that, keep tuning more into that. Follow that inner voice or instinct because it's gonna guide you into who you're meant to become and where you're meant to be. All the bullying, all the heartbreaks, all the rejections, like bro, I know that shit is tough and I can make a whole separate video on like each one of these, like bullying, rejections, and the well, I guess the rejection and heartbreaks I can pair into one, bullying separately, and then the roadblocks in academia and classes and stuff could be another one. But all those things that you're going through right now, bro, embrace all of it and take all the fucking learnings that you can from it, because honestly, those are the things that really help you become the man that you are today. So don't be afraid of those things. In fact, like pursue those things. Keep chasing or keep going after something and keep deriving learnings from that experience of that pursuit of something, and let go of the expectations on the outcome. And then I wrote down, it'll all work out, bro, trust. And most definitely just stay true to yourself. It all works out for you. It really does, bro. Like trust. I'm recording this video now where I'm like in grad school. I've lived a life where I have financial means, I can take care of myself, and I can make decisions for myself. Like I'm a whole blown fucking adult now, yo. Like car, house, everything. And I just want to say, yeah, dude, like it'll all work out for you, bro. Like trust that so wholeheartedly, and just fucking ignore what anyone else has to say, bro. Because the thing is, all the opinions, all the expectations, all the judgment that's being put onto you by people around you, bro, as soon as you graduate high school, that shit is not even gonna be around, bro. Like, if you choose to move away, if you choose to create a better circle, if you choose to surround yourself with different people, guess what? That's what your life is gonna then look like. And And that's likely what you should be aiming for, because you don't want to stay stuck in your emotional past. You don't want to stay stuck or complacent in the same place. If that's not your true frequency, I should mention that, because if something I like to think about is, you shouldn't go against the grain, or you shouldn't be doing things if that's not your true frequency. I think that's what it really boils down to. And then lastly, no, not lastly, sorry. One of the other things I would say is, bro, you're enough as is. Like, I know you think that your worth is being derived from the work that you're putting into academia, or your sports, or like other things, but trust, bro, like, you existing is already enough. There's this small spark of the divine in you, and we all have that. It's just that people are not aware of it and don't know how to tap into that. But you've always had that innate connection naturally, bro. Like, I know you felt it because I was you. Like, I can still take myself back to that time and remember exactly how I was feeling. That's insane. And to think that I had that understanding from such a young age, just didn't get to tap into it at that time, is crazy. But you're enough as is just by existing, and like that alone is, your existence alone is enough to make your life worth living. And lastly, I just want to say, I'm so proud of you, bro. Like, genuinely, because motherfucker, you barely had anything. I don't even have the words. I don't even have the fucking words. Like, I remember the living situations I was in from time to time. I remember the lack of emotional support for my younger self at that time, and I just feel so proud. Like, standing here where I am now, like, I just feel so proud of you, because you did what you had to do, and you did what you needed to do with the bare minimum that you had, but you made that shit work, yo. Like, you worked the jobs that you had to do, you developed the experience that you had to develop to keep going incrementally to the next level, and eventually it brought you to the place where you were able to apply for a full tuition scholarship like thing and actually receive that. And I'm just so proud, yo. Like, that was a life-changing event, because it allowed you to get an education that you otherwise would not have received and gotten to where you are now. So yeah, no, heavy proud, heavy gratitude, man. And so much love, like, so much love. I feel like my younger self was missing that from myself, and that's why I kept seeking it in other places. And I just want you to know, bro, like, I'm sending you love from now, from the present to you. So hopefully you're feeling some of that shit. And lastly, I just want to say, bitch, I know how hard you work, because I was there. I can still remember how I felt. And I just want to say that I'm gonna continue to honor that shit, bro. I'm gonna continue to keep following in those footsteps, and even do better, because I have better resources, I have better skill sets. Like, I have more means to make more of an impact and keep developing myself to a more exponential degree, that I will fucking do that, bro. I will make you proud. And I'm looking forward to whatever it is that I do in the future, and recording another video like this in a couple of years, in a few years, and then look back to this time, and also when you were in high school. Turned real, yo. This turned real. How long? 14 minutes in is crazy, yo. That's crazy. And my camera is about to die, but if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this conversation with myself gave you an insight of how my life trajectory has been to a certain extent, even though I didn't include specific experiences. But if you want to know, let me know in the comments below. And truly appreciate you tuning in. Really hoping you got some insights and some helpful things out of the video. if you did, be sure to leave a like or something, yo. Like, support the channel, you know what I'm saying. And if you're not subscribed yet, yo, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, new videos every single week. Anyways, I will catch you all in the next video.